Good morning, guys. So we had a beautiful day yesterday. It made a big difference. I'm gonna start out with some abs and go from there. This is probably gonna be about a half-hour workout. Welcome. Just keeping up our routines, right? So sit with me, bring the soles of your feet together, rock side to side, from one sits bone to the other, and you can kind of push your tailbone towards your heels and get as close heels to hips as possible. And then knit your hands around the front of your feet and open your shoulders. Take your gaze up and take a breath. Opening the shoulders, pulling the abs in, releasing the hip flexors, and then you're just gonna round forward. So bring the nose towards the toes, stretch out the back of the neck, and pull the belly in. Round back onto the sacrum, and then come back up into extension. Take a big inhale, open the throat, drop the crown of the head back towards the tailbone, open the knees, away from one another, round forward, pull back the navel to the spine. Find that flexion. Last time, big inhale, look up. Release your right hand, bring it back behind you, and open your right shoulder. Keep your left hand where it is, right in front of your feet, and use those 2 points where your hands are as traction to rotate the ribs. And then bring the right hand back up to meet the left, circle the left hand back and switch. Take a big inhale, open the shoulder, and then exhale, turn forward, bring the left hand back. Okay, now bring your hands back by your hips, separate your feet to hip distance, and just bring your knees to the right. So make sure your right foot can be right in front of your left hip. Then bring your left hand over to your right knee. And kind of give me a glorified push-up. You're gonna lower the chest to the mat, find that twist in the hips, and then come back up and switch. You're just gonna keep your feet grounded where they are. Now your left foot's in front of your right hand goes in front of your left thigh, and you're dropping your chest to the mat. And then you're gonna come back up and get a little circular movement as you do this. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, just twisting everything out. Last one, right hand to left knee, find that twist, come back up. So now your hands are behind your hips and your feet are still with the hips. Lift your hips up to a tabletop, open the shoulders and breathe. Lengthen out the neck, take your gaze up, bring your right hand up to the ceiling and twist to left fingertips. Bring the hand back up, come back down and switch. Let's do 5 like this. Still rotation in ribs, but you gotta use your arms and your shoulders to stabilize. You're lifting your hips up with your butt. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower the hips just for a moment. Make sure your hands are facing your hips, then lift back up. So you reorganize. I want you to push the hips back and hover. Flex the toes up, come right back to your tabletop. Big inhale, navel in, ribs compressed, back to that hovering, flexing the toes, lifting the hips, lengthening the neck. Let's do 3 more. Try to keep your butt from touching. Use your abs. Good. Okay, then come back and hover and lower down. Bring your hands up, fidget onto your sits bones, walk your hips forward and hinge. Nose to knees, push down through the backs of the legs, articulate back to sitting position. Good, let's articulate all the way down to the mat. Oh, my abs are sore from doing more Pilates lately. Palms up, pulse here. 5, 4, 3, push through the heels, lift up through the quads. 2, and 1. Okay, now I want you to slowly articulate to full flexion. Try to grab your feet, pull on the lateral edges, and bow your head. Sit tall again, Articulate down, this time lower tips of shoulder blades. Hold it here. Bring the right hand to the back right corner. Left hand to front left corner. Bring it back in and articulate to full flexion. Sit tall, articulate down. Hold it here, lower tips of shoulder blades. Left hand back to left corner. Right hand to front right corner. Bring it back in, fold forward. Sit tall. Fidget a few more times, articulate right back down. Knit hands behind head, bring legs up to 90. Couple breaths here. Just open up the elbows and get the chin away from the chest, and then take it down 2 inches. Look at your feet, heels together, toes apart, point toes, 2 more inches down, 2 more inches down, 2 more inches down, narrow the waist, 2 more inches down, 2 more inches down. Hover here. Make sure you're not compromising your lower back. If you are, keep it up a little higher, and then pulse your heels. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into chest. Round the back into the mat, and then circle around on your sacrum. Clockwise motion. Feels so good to move. And then go the other way. Bring the knees back into the midline. Reach the hands around the shins. Bring the right knee to the nose and the left leg out long. Hold on to the right ankle with the right hand and pull the elbows down. Navel to spine, switch. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Left knee to nose, knit hands behind head. Let's twist. Add the upper torso now. 10, 9, look at your knees. Keep them in towards the midline. Really lengthen that leg long away from the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both knees into chest. Drop the head and the shoulders. Take a breath. Bring the nose back up to the knees. Open and close. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take your arms to a T. Bring the legs to the right. Just feel that twist through the left hip. Wrap the thighs towards each other. Push down through your palms, wrists, forearms. Keep the legs at 90 degrees. Bring it back up to chair. And then take it over to the left. Look toward the right shoulder. Notice which hip feels tighter. Engage the abs so you make it active, but you're finding length from this right floating rib to hip. Feels so good. And then bring the legs back up to that 90-degree mark. Bring your hands to the hips. Lift your head and shoulders. Reach your fingertips forward. Reach the right hand to the right corner of the mat, and then left hand, and then right hand. Your sacrum is flat. You're in lateral flexion here. It's rib to hip, rib to hip, rib to hip. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're pushing your lower back into the mat. You're in supported pelvis. Now pause and start your hundreds. Look at your navel, compress it to the ribs or back of spine, all the way down. Lift the shoulders a little more. Now lengthen out the right leg long. Good. Keep going. Got a little itch on my face. Bring the right leg back in, lift the shoulders again. Laterally rotate the shoulders, relax the jaw. Take your gaze up and breathe steady. Lengthen out the left leg long. Give me 5 big breaths. And then bring that left leg back in. Now let's take both legs up to the ceiling. Find that compression in the lower abs. Lower down 2 inches, lower down 2 inches. You've got your Pilates V with your heels. 2 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Okay, guys. Make a peaceful gun. Bring it over your head. Lower your shoulder blades. Find that space between ears and shoulders. Compress the ribs. Push the heels away from the hips. And then I'm gonna have you bring your hands to your hips and articulate up. So you're in a teaser, hold it here. Keep the collarbone wide, try to straighten the legs. You can always modify and bend the knees if you need to. And then you're gonna hover, you're gonna bring the hands to the right hip. You're gonna open and close that left leg. 5, 4, don't move the right leg at all. 3, 2, last one, heels together. Come on up, big inhale. Take a breath, exhale, lower. Bring your hands to the left, open and close right heel. Look at that left leg, keep it totally still. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Nice. Okay, now if you can, grab your ankles, your calves, and then roll back and back up. Try to lift up out of the waistline. Find length from tailbone to top of head. The goal is not to touch your heels to the floor, so you don't want to lose your balance. Do it with control. You're palpating your spine. Last one. This time, stay here. Push your palms into the mat. Bring your legs up to 90 degrees, right over your hips. And then hold on to the bottom of your sacrum and bicycle. Look at your legs, pull your abs in. 5, 4, 3, the knees are right down the midline. 2, last one, switch direction. Go slow, track the ankle, the knee, and the hip parallel to midline. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, right leg down. You're just gonna slowly try to lower the right foot to the floor and keep the hips up. You're gonna end up with the hips square and that left leg at hip height. Now lift and lower the hips. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You're pushing down through the length of your arms. Last one, hips high. You want a straight line from shoulder to knee. Pulse that left big toe to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keeping the hips square, up and down with left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, left leg up. You're gonna push through your palms. You're gonna lift your legs back up to that shoulder stand. Good. Now I want you to bicycle. Bring your hands to your lower back to support. Actually, scissor this time. 5, 4, 3. Let's do scissor, scissor, half circle around. Scissor, scissor, half circle around. 5, 4. Try to keep your knees straight. 3, 2. You can always do it with your hips on the floor to modify. Last one. Okay, this time you're gonna lower your left leg and try to keep your hips up. Good. If you roll down, no big deal. Just get your hips up. Meet me with your right leg over your hip. Lift and lower the hips. Let's do 10, keeping the left knee in towards the midline, pushing down through the length of the arms. Distributing your weight evenly from right to left side, keeping your hips square. Straightening that right leg. 4, 3, 2. Now hold it here and pulse it. Narrow the waist, pull the ribs in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and lower that right leg 5 times. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right leg to match the left. Walk your heels together. Good. Now your knees are wide, your heels are together, toes apart. Just lift and lower the tailbone. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Option to lift your heels and walk your feet in and do 5 more in that position. 5, 4. You're really wrapping tailbone or thighs towards tailbone. 3, 2, and hold it here. Pulse the knees out. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips, lift the hips, open the knees. Let's do 5 like this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Articulate all the way down, pull the knees into the chest, bring the nose up to the knees, roll forward. Nice, guys. Okay, let's try to stand up without using our hands. So you're gonna just push up onto your feet with your legs crossed and stand up. Let's try it again. So sit down and then stand up. Whoa. I'm gonna cross my left leg over my right and see if it's any easier. Come on up. And one more time. Back down. Good. It's these things that you do in the privacy of your own home that you can really work on. And really, that's the whole point of doing all this core work and working out, is so that you can get yourself up and down easily and just protect certain areas of your body when you're moving, just in life in general. So grab your weights, and if you have blocks, great. If you don't, no worries. I'm gonna put you on your heels. You can use one block or no blocks. I'll use one just to show you what it's like. So I'm gonna go into first position, and then I'm automatically in a neutral arch. So it looks like this from the side. Okay, your abs are in, you're not squeezing your butt, your shoulders are right over your hips. Good. Now just bring your arms up and then back down. So you're doing this kind of like ballet arm position as you're bending and straightening the knees. You're zipping up the inner thighs, you're pulling up on the pelvic floor. 3, 2, I think my head might be out of this. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Good. Last one. Good. Now just bring your right hand up and reach your left hand down. Look towards your left fingertips and then switch. And switch. And switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both arms down. Squat. Bring hands to shoulder height. Let's do 5, 4, 3. You can always do this with your feet flat on the floor too. Last one, you're gonna meet me in your squat with your arms right out in front of you. Just pull the elbows in, bend and straighten. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it here, arms out, open and close. Good. Now keep your arms out and just pulse the knees out. 5, 4, 3. Get the chin away from the chest. 2, and 1. Arms up overhead. Come back down. Let's do 5, 4. Try to keep space between ears and shoulders. Neck is long on all sides. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Pull the elbows back. Bring the shoulder blades towards the spine. Pulse the elbows away from the heart, and then come forward, hug a tree. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Now you're gonna alternate. You're gonna go down and up, down and in. Breath is steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's do little pulses out. Straighten your legs. Lift up through the quads. Pull up on that pelvic floor. Go the other way. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your weights together right at the midline and just open up. Okay, now bring the hands a little bit forward, more towards the front corners of your mat, but keeping the collarbone wide. 5, 4, 3, 2. Then you're gonna pause with your hands out. You're gonna bend your elbows and pulse the knuckles up towards the ceiling, keeping the ribs in. Spine is long. Hold, open, close. 5, 4, 3. Let's add a little squat if you wish. 2 and 1. Meet me here. Give me little circles. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Go the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Bring the elbows down. Close yourself like you're giving yourself a hug, and then open and out. So come in and out. Ooh. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Really think about straightening and isometrically contracting the flesh to bone as you straighten the elbows. Last one, arms in. Okay, now bring your hands to heart center and just separate your feet to hip distance. A little wider. Okay, as wide as you can if they're still on the block. And then you're gonna squat down and you're gonna lift up. So squat down and lift up. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands back to heart center. Just keep the weights connected and make a circle around your torso. Let's do 5 in each direction. Feeling the rotation in the ribs. 2. Last one, you're going to switch direction. Right elbow overhead and then follow it with your left arm. 3, 2, and 1. Your arms are going to come up. Both elbows towards ears. Take your gaze up. Open the front of your throat. Pull your navel to your spine. Bend and straighten elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hands behind head. Gaze is up. Little pulses here. You're just getting that eccentric contraction on the triceps, the back of the arm. Feel that stretch happening. Okay, now straighten and bend and straighten. Control it coming down. Make the rate at which you lift and lower the same. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten elbows, bring it down to heart center. Lower the weights, step off. Nice, guys. Hug your left arm. Bring the elbow behind the head, look up, big inhale. And then go the other way. Right arm to left. Hug it behind your head. Get that extension. Open the shoulder. Nice. Let's cross the right leg over the left. Fold forward. Bring your hands to the right corner of the mat. Bow your head. Shake it out. Yes and no. Breathe into that lower back. Take it over to the left corner. Take a couple breaths here. And then switch which foot is in front. So left foot in front, breathe into right hip. Bring it over to right corner. Good, this time let's just do a 360, turn around again, and then untwine the feet, or not. Separate your feet to hip distance, bring your hands up onto your thighs, stack your knees over your ankles, your hips over your knees, articulate to standing, one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last, neck is long, head is high. Laterally rotate the shoulders, compress the ribs, pull the abs in. Thank you guys so much.